Hey y'all, we are going to do that's my little hand up there, a LynB Designs PR package haul opening, whatever, tonight. This is going to be a long one. There is a lot of polish in here. So grab yourself a snack and a drink and get comfy, or just be thinking of snacks and drinks because y'all can get up and leave, unlike me. But yes, long live tonight. Hi, Brisa. Oh. My brain has just broken. Brisa Succubel Nails, please let me know what to call you. I really hate that Instagram no longer lets me look at government names. Hello, Leslie. But yes, so if you have a preferred thing you want me to call you, let me know in the comments. I'm going to send this video to our broadcasting channel really quick, if Instagram will let me. There we go. Just so everyone in there knows that we are live. Maybe. Hello. There it is. If you would like to be added to that broadcasting channel, just let me know and I can get you in there. We just kind of post in there every time I'm going to do a live, so you know. And my brain just stopped working. There's another, there she is. Okay, cool. All right, sent to everyone. Just Brisa, am I saying it right? Please let me know. I hate butchering y'all's names. Hi, Laura. Yes, I am very excited to get into this. It is a LynB Designs package. This was sent to me for swatching, as well as showing off to all of y'all, just to say that in advance, since we do post these on YouTube as well. If you do not get to watch the full lives, or if you have to leave them, pop back in, YouTube is a way better place to watch the replays of these rather than on Instagram, because it lets you pause and play and come back. And if you subscribe to the channel, it will notify you when I do post, which right now it's going to be a whole lot. We got a lot to get through this week. Hi, Mama Cherry. But yes, so there's all of that out of the way before we get started. Hi, I believe I did this with your name last night. Shelly Ann. Did I butcher it again? Did I write it down yesterday? Not gonna lie, sometimes I write things down so that I don't forget them when this happens. So, but I believe it's Shelly Ann. Oh boy, I apologize. The ADD, the names, we don't stick. It doesn't happen. It'll probably take me like 4 or 5 lives for it to stay in there. So I apologize. I'm so sorry, y'all. I try, I promise. But we're going to get into this package because, as I was saying, there's a lot in here. I believe there are 13 polishes in here, so it's going to be a long one. And there are Shelly Nan. I'm going to try so hard. I promise. You know what? You're going on the list. I'm going to put you on the list. Actually, yes, I can fit you in a little spot, and then it's time for a new list. Shelly Nan. All right. I've written you on the little cheat sheet posted over here, so maybe next time I can glance down at that and get it right. Yes, lots and lots of polishes. So we're going to get into this. We can totally chat as we open and show things off. But there are tons of polishes in here. There are magnetics, there are thermals, there are glow-in-the-darks. There are solars. There's even a new special solar top coat on here. No, the list is a good thing. The list is so I don't mess up your name. It just has other things on there, like tincture for VV. I can't say that word, so I actually have it written down next to me so I know how to say it. And just other little cute notes and things like that. But it's just helpful for my ADD. It's my little cheat sheet. But yes, there is literally something for everyone in this package. We have 2 collections. Everything I'm showing you tonight is going to drop on October 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern on LynB's website. I will go over pricing, descriptions, all that stuff as we go, as usual. And then I do have the little post-it that will be on the screen as we show things off. So I'm going to first pull out our info sheet here. I'm not sure where I'm going to actually put it because we're going to have a lot of stuff tonight, y'all. My desk is going to be even more of a mess than it already is. I need to you know what? I should get a little clipboardy stand for over here, like a music stand or something, so it's not actually taking up space on my physical desk. But that's a thing for another night because we're not there today. All right, so I'm just gonna start pulling stuff out of this magic bag because, y'all, I'm not kidding. Hold on, let me see if I can I show you in here? Yes, look at all that. There are 2 whole solid rows of polish plus more on top. There are lots and lots of goodies in here. So we're gonna dive into it. We'll get everything open, and then we will get into swatches. I am gonna use my little cuticle tool here to open boxes so I don't damage my nails. Boxes are gonna go on the floor, and we'll see if Maple decides to come play with them. First up, and y'all, my nose, it itches every time I go live. It started itching. Although I mentioned last night after I got off live, I was like, it didn't start itching. I don't know, it was weird. This is You Autumn No. It is a magnetic polish. It's really pretty. It's kind of like a glowy silver tone base, and then it has this blue, purple, green shift. Also, I think I might have finally figured out the like front camera lighting situation, maybe. It's not bad. And then we're gonna grab the magnet off of here. And ooh, did y'all see how blue that got? Okay, so it doesn't look like the magnet wants to stick in the bottle, but it kind of looks like maybe it's an orangey bronzy. Let me get the flash and see if that helps show it just a little bit better. Yeah, okay, so magnet doesn't want to stick on the front camera. Ooh, I think that's the pigment there. It's kind of orangey. Oh, it's very ethereal. This is super cool. Very excited to be able to show this on the back camera, but that was You Autumn No. Now, there is a 4-piece magnetic collection in here. It is the Fall Magnetics. And then there is a 9-piece Silly Little Drinks collection, which I absolutely love that name. But I don't know if this magnetic is for the Silly Little Drinks or the fall. I'm assuming it's for the Fall Magnetics, but we'll organize everything and get them in the right order when we do that. Right now, we're just going to open them and have some fun. So I see a really pretty like blurple in here. Lots of flakies. Ooh, yes, very pretty. This is, yeah, y'all, I just checked that. It's across the room. This is Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade. This is a solar thermal, which makes me think I didn't mark that on my thing. I tried to pre-mark things so I was prepared for thermals and things, and I don't think I marked this as a thermal. So I'll have to get out more swatch sticks, which I had to order more swatch sticks today. But Laura's is a magnetic collection, and I'm in danger. Yes, and you need all the magnetics, Laura. I haven't seen any of these, although, I mean, we're off to like a super strong start. But this is a solar thermal. And you know what? Because I don't think I've done any solars during a live yet. Well, maybe I've done a couple. I do have a UV flashlight here that we will use and see if we can get a change. I apologize, for some reason this flashlight flashes on camera. I really need to get a new one. Ooh, it goes to a really dark purpley color. Okay, I think you can see the difference there. So it's like a periwinkle light purple here with these beautiful shifty flakies. And then it goes to a really, really deep purple with that solar on there. Yes, now of course I'm right up close to it with the solar light, so obviously it's going to be a little bit less drastic in the actual sunshine because you're not putting your hand on the sun. But she has a new top coat. It is called Be Seen, and it is a solar top coat. So it is designed to go over your solars, and it won't counteract or block the solar aspect, because sometimes your top coat will interfere, so you won't get as much as a change as you should. So that will be releasing on October 10th as well, and I believe it's in here, so we'll show all the things we get there. This one is That's Fall Folks. I love her name. She always has the best names. And it is a really pretty, I'm going to say multi-chrome, because you'll know I'm horrible with shimmers, multi-chrome, duochrome, like the difference there. But I feel like I'm seeing multiple shifty colors here. And then we're going to grab that magnet and see, can we, a little bit. It looks like it's got a pinky magnetic pull here. So hard to tell. It's always so hard to do in the bottle. But okay, you can kind of see the pink line there. And then of course it has that beautiful shift. I feel like we have green to orange to red, perhaps. Very pretty, very, very fall. Trying to like keep things separated on my desk so we can find them. Hi, Lauren. I don't know. Y'all, this is my sister. I don't know that she's ever been in one of my lives. This looks to be like that solar top coat because it is clear. Yes, this is the Be Seen solar friendly top coat. So we will also play around with this when we get to our solars. It's not really a whole lot to say. It's clear. Ooh, I see a really pretty flaky in here. This one is, what are you? This is Ube Smoothie. I love that. I don't think I've ever tried, maybe I've tried ube in like a bao bun. I think I've had it in there before. And it's good. This is a really pretty pinky purple, and it's chock packed with flakies. Super iridescent. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Jen. Super, super shifty. They are definitely iridescent. I definitely see green to blue to orange in that shift. I will put the flash on it just to show those a little bit more. Very, very pretty. So this one is part of the Silly Little Drinks collection. Hi, Sandy. Next we have another pink. Ooh, look at the shimmer in that. I don't know why I'm trying to open it upside down. That's not gonna work. Yes, like I said, we have a lot of things to show off today. So I'm gonna kind of open them a little bit quickly so we can get into the swatching, especially because there is a full magnetic collection. Plus the Silly Little Drinks has solars, thermals, I think there's some magnetics in it, plus glow in the darks, and it's got all the things. So we're going to get through the opening fairly quickly. I say, as I probably won't, and then we'll get into the swatching. This one is Strawberry Milk Tea, and it is a glow in the dark. It is a beautiful pink with this gorgeous shimmer to it. It's like a green to blue shimmer. I'm very excited to see what color this glows in the dark. Somebody remind me at the end to our field trip to show the glow in the darks. Please, please remind me, because I realized last night after I got off live, I said I was going to show off the finished Glistening Glows chicken wheel in low lighting, and then I didn't do that. So Jen says, I giggle every time you throw a box. You know what? Every time I throw a box in my brain, I go, you just check that box. These makers spend all this time making these boxes, they close these boxes, and I just chuck them on the floor, and I do feel really bad about it. But Maple really does love coming in here to the chaos of a floor full of boxes to just play in them, and that makes me happy. And also, when I get off the live, I pick them all up, I break them all down, and I do recycle them because, y'all, I don't have room for all of these boxes. I wish I did, but I do put them in the recycling bin at least. So I feel like that makes it slightly better, but yeah, I feel bad when I chuck them on the floor too. All right, here is Strawberry Milk Tea with flash on it to show that shimmer a little bit more. Y'all, this is so pretty. Very Barbie-esque. Yes, so pretty. Hi, Jess. Welcome. All right, next up. Ooh, this is like a raspberry corelli. This is, see, every time I do it now, Jen, I'm gonna giggle because it makes me chuckle, but I'm trying to I'm trying to stay focused. This is Dragon Fruit Boba. It is a thermal, and this, Jen, you're gonna love this. Look at the colors in this. Now, they're not black flakes, they are black glitters, but it has pink, white, green, and black hex glitters in various sizes in a kind of like raspberry-ish base. Hi, Frida. This is really fun. I'm very excited to see what color this shifts to. I do have my hot and cold water ready for that, so we'll definitely do our dippies. Jen says, I still love it. Yes, they're not flakies, but they are, it's still really pretty, and I feel like that's very much your vibe. Hi, Cassie. We are showing off some LynB's stuff coming out soon. This is Falling for Hue. Ooh, y'all, this is a magnetic. Look at all those flakes in there. Oh, look at that shift. I love that you switched accounts, Cassie. I caught you. Yes, you did. Like a Pokemon. Which Pokemon am I? It has to be one of those like really crazy Pokemon. The ones that don't sit still long enough for you to catch them. Ooh, the shift in this is absolutely stunning. And then the fact that this is a magnetic, we will see if we can show it on camera. Again, front bottles suck. Front camera with bottles, which is not good. Oh, I have a LynB. It's a Taurus one. Ooh, yes. LynB makes really stunning stuff. I mean, all of y'all do, honestly, but her collections are always so like inclusive. So there's everything in here. We're going to have, ooh, okay, y'all, it is an intense purple magnetic, and it's not wanting to stick for the camera, but do you see it there? That is the magnetic. Let me grab my flash and see if we can show it a little bit. Okay, she's not showing up right, but this has like an intense purple magnetic with that gorgeous shimmer. Oh, okay, I'm very, very excited to get that flipped over on the back camera for you. Oh, Pichu. I'm like, Pichu. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Pichu, so I don't really know how crazy it is, but math adds up. Yes, no, LynB's collections are very like, they just have everything in them. This one has solars, it has thermals. We have a solar thermal, it has magnetics and glow in the darks, and there's just something for everyone in her collections. Next we have Thai Tea, which is a really pretty orangey bronzy shift here, and it is a glow in the dark. I have no idea what color this is going to glow, but like this is going to be so cool as a glow in the dark. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this that was also glow in the dark. And she always surprises us. Last time, y'all, we had that, so bad with names, polish names and people names. Last time we had that white grayish flaky bomb that was a magnetic. It had like a silver magnetic and it was a glow in the dark. Was it also a glow in the dark? Yo, that polish blew me away, and she just always surprises me. Like, you'll just pull something out and you're like, wait, this is going to transition. How does that happen? So I love that. She always keeps us on our toes. This is Beyond Belief. It's a beautiful blue, and it's got like a glowy purple to it. This is a magnetic. I believe it's the 4th one in our fall magnetic collection. Again, we're going to try and get this magnet to show off on the front camera. It's probably not going to work. Ooh, okay. We're kind of a greeny there. Here it is, the flat. Ooh, okay. Yes. Oh, that's going to be super pretty. Yes. Okay. And I have been doing my swatches, which you guys will start seeing soon because I don't think I've posted any of the glass bead ones yet. I have been doing, instead of the velvet, I've been doing the glass bead on my index and thumb just because it's a new thing and I think it's cool. So I will show those in glass bead in my swatches as well, which definitely make sure you swipe through and get to the videos because I think the videos show off the velvet and the glass bead better than the photos, but definitely stay tuned for that. Shelly Ann says, ooh, I like that one. Yes, that blue. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, we have a green, y'all. I've been waiting for a green. This is Matcha Latte. I don't know if the glow. Ooh, yes, look at that glow. This is a very pale, I wanted to say pistachio green, but I don't think that's right. It's a very pale green. It's very, very pretty. I think it's coming up a little yellow on the front camera, and then it has this intense blue purple shimmer. I mean, you can see it. It's like it's glowing off of the camera. This is so, so pretty. And of course it goes with the matcha name, which until recently, I'm not really a matcha fan, but then we went to that Gilmore Girls coffee tasting. Laura says exciting. Yes, the magnetics are gorgeous. It's giving mint pistachio. Mint. That's the color I wanted. That is the color I wanted to say, Cassie. I wanted to say mint, not pistachio. I mean, I get the pistachio, but it's just a little bit lighter than pistachio in my opinion. But yes, we went to the Gilmore Girls tasting thing, and they had a matcha one. I don't remember who it was for specifically, like character. And I was like, probably not gonna like this one. And it was actually pretty good. Usually I don't like matcha, but that one was pretty good. This one is London Fog, and it is a beautiful purple. It has a little bit of a blue tone, and then it has a shimmer. And can you guys see that glowing pink in this? Those blue glows just bam. Yes, that blue is it's like electric on top of that green. So good. Remember the bucket I got you? You got me a bucket? It's too expensive, but blackberry matcha delicious. Oh, yes, bucket I got you. There was no U on the end of that. I don't know why I added a U. Yes, I remember the bucket you got. It was too expensive, but blackberry matcha delicious. Okay, see, I would try that. I'd be down for that. Y'all, Cassie found a coffee place in St. Louis that does coffee in the bucket. It literally was a bucket like this big with a handle and everything of coffee. I can't handle a small non-decaf, and like that, I wouldn't have slept for 2 weeks. This polish, London Fog, this is a magnetic, so we're gonna grab that magnet in a second, but this has another intense kind of glowy. It's a really pretty like magenta pink on top of that purple. This is really cool. I'm getting like Lisa Frank. I think I just do that. Anything pinky purple makes me think of Lisa Frank. But yes, it's so glowy. Laura says, I love that matcha tastes like kind of like grass and coconut to me. You add coconut to yours. Okay. I hate that matcha tastes like grass. That's why I don't like it. I also don't like avocado. Please don't come for me, but I don't like avocado because it tastes like grass and I could just go eat grass. I like guacamole, fresh guacamole, but it has other stuff in it. It's not just avocado, but I don't like avocado. Don't serve me avocado toast. If you give me salad, chunks of avocado, Kevin's getting my avocado. I don't like avocado. It's just not my thing, but that's all right. That's, I'll take everyone's pickles. Y'all give me your pickles and you can have my avocado and my matcha. Cassie says it was delish, but it was absolutely too expensive. Yeah, I think that's most things these days, especially anything that people label gourmet. Oh my goodness gracious. Did y'all just see that pull? Look at that intense shimmer. And then, ooh, okay. So the magnet here is the purple, which again, we're not staying because that stupid ball's in there, but yes. Okay. So it has a really pretty, lavender magnetic pull. And then that purple pink glow just in your face. Bam. Stunning. Shelly Nan says, tastes like lawn clippings. Yes. Amen. Thank you, Jen. I totally agree about avocado. Yes. Okay. I'm not alone. I know people love their avocado and that's cool. That's your choice. I'm not one of them. Crystal says beautiful. Yes. I did not expect that magnetic to pull the way it did. It was stunning. This one is Lychee Fizz. It is another magnetic. It is another purple pink, but I'm going to put them side by side so you can see. We're going to swatch them obviously too. Okay. So on this side is the LynB Fog that we just showed, which is a purple with pink. Where this is Lychee Fizz, which to me is a pink with purple. Does that make sense? Like this is a purple base with a pink glow, and I feel like this is a pink base with a purple glow. I kind of really like them together, so I'm very excited to see that magnetic. But yes, this is Lychee Fizz. Laura, these look like that really finely milled magnetic pigment, and I love that look. Yes, they make me think of the like super frosty metallics. Someone did a collection of them. Oh, I remember who did a collection of them. We don't speak of that brand. But they made me think of like the early 2000s when that like frosty, the frosty metallics was a thing, like the Bratz vibes. They had like metallic blue and purple and pink, but it was almost frosted metallic, like almost matte metallic. I don't know if that makes any sense. It does in my head, but that's what it reminds me of. Okay, so we have this super pretty jammy, plummy, basey, color basey, jammy, plummy base. And then it looks like it has a silver magnetic pull. Ooh, is that a hollow? Yeah, look at how sparkly that is. I have the flash out, by the way. Okay, very excited to get that one on the back camera too, so we can see it a little bit better. And we have one more, because like I said, we're going to open these rather quickly so we can get into them, because there is a lot to show y'all tonight. And I love you, and I do not mind hanging out. I like to sit here and chat with y'all, and y'all know I can chat, but I really don't want to do a 3-hour live tonight. So if we can get it down to like 2, that would be good. Less than that would be awesome, but I'm not going to hold my breath because, again, you'll know I like to chat. The last one is Lavender Oat Milk, and it is a gorgeous blue. This is what I would call Cinderella blue, like it matches her dress. And then it has the peachy pink to green large particle. I was going to say large particle shimmer, but I actually think they're microflakes. And this is also a solar, so we're going to grab that light in just a second and see what color it changes to, because this is so pretty. And then we're going to get that solar light, which apparently I turned off. I don't know why I did. Again, I apologize that it does want to flash on camera. I'm not sure why it does that. Ooh, okay. So we go to a really deep purple blue, and then look at how that shimmer, those microflakes just pop on there. Yes. Okay. Very, very cool. It gives me like blueberry vibes. That is super fun. All right. So that is everything. We are open. Honestly, I can't believe we opened them that fast, but we did. So I'm going to grab a drink. We're going to turn on the air purifier because there's going to be a lot of polish fumes tonight. And we will start getting into swatches, which we're going to go in with that magnetic collection first, which will be fun because we're going to swatch 4 magnetics at one time this time. We'll probably do 2 at a time. but the first set is 4 magnetics. Okay. Water, filter. Maybe. Hello. There we go. All right. Let's get you flipped over. We're going to organize some stuff and get into it. Flipped. All right. I'm going to scooch it down so I can read comments as we go. It's probably enough working room. And then I'm going to zoom you in just a smidgen, not too much. All right. So for tonight, here is our fabulous info sheet for those who want to screenshot their screens. You know, I never thought about it. Technically covers up the top of my line, doesn't it? Let me zoom you out for a second. Okay, there. If you want to screenshot the info form, there it is. I've never actually thought about putting it up that high, and that if you guys screenshot, then you get all the information at the top of the screen. That makes way more sense. So here's that for screenshotting. So tonight we are going to show you LynB's Fall Magnetics collection. It's a 4-piece set of magnetics. It's $52 for the set or $13 a piece. It is a charity set, so $2.50 from each polish or $10 from each set will be donated to pollinator.org. Again, everything releases October 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you go join the LynB Loves Facebook group, she does open the site early, often during release days, and she'll post in the group when it's open. So if you want a chance to pop in there before anyone else, join that group and turn on your notifications. We're also going to show off the Silly Little Drinks collection, which is a 9-piece collection. They're $13 each or $117 if you buy the full 9-piece. You can use code DRINKS for half off release weekend, the 10th through the 14th. I do not believe that you can use this code on the magnetic set because it's a charity set. I could be wrong on that, but I'm like 99% certain that this code will not work on the charity polishes, just so we get that out there. And then I forgot about the solar top coat, so it's kind of here at the end as an added thing, but the Be Seen solar top coat, which is she calls it a solar friendly top coat, will be also available that day for $7. Now this is not a quick dry top coat because it's, it's got different things in it to not block the solar rays. So your solars can still act proper out in the sun. But I have more information on that, which we'll go over in just a minute too, or actually I could just go over it right now and be done with it. It's on the end of my list, which makes me think I should do it last, but we can do it right now. So the Be Seen top coat is a solar-friendly top coat. She says it's the perfect top coat for all your solar and glitter needs. This is not a quick dry top coat. So that was the information about it. So I kind of just repeated myself, but again, this is the new top coat. So, or the new solar top coat. I'm very excited to use this. I will use this in my solar swatches, just to, show you guys how it interacts with the solar polish. But I will be using that. Hopefully we have some sunshine for me to get good outside solar pics and videos. If not, I will use a UV light in the house, but we're going to hope for some sunshine. All right, so that is the top coat. I'm going to get some things moved around on the desk so we have room to do these magnetics, because that's going to be interesting. And then we're going to grab the magnetic collection here. I assume this is the magnetic Falling Beyond. Yes. Okay. So this is our magnetic collection. It is the Fall Magnetics. Again, it's a 4-piece collection, and then there's a percentage of each bottle, or mathematically the percentage for the sets that goes to pollinator.org. Yeah, so there's all 4 of those, and they're really gorgeous. They all play really well together. I love that. And we're just gonna get into them, which we will use our Glamour Gear for swatches. Not that one. I have them set up to move things around tonight because it's always awkward when we do multiple magnetics at once. Now we are going to swatch 2 of these at a time so that they can sit and dry together, and I don't have to sit or paint to dry as we usually do. All right, let's see if I can not knock everything over here. Okay, so first one is That's Fall, Folks, which is this a beauty. I'm gonna zoom you guys in just a little bit now so you can see, and then we'll zoom in farther once we start setting stuff down. So That's Fall, Folks is a forest green base with red magnetic pull and orange to gold shifting micro flakies. So here it is on its own, and then I'm going to grab that magnet. which the air bubble is going to cause some trouble here. Okay, you can see that line a little bit. It's not great. It's always a pain in the bottle. So let's go ahead and just get it on our swatch stick, which we are going to do our individual swatch sticks. It's just way easier to work with. So I have our nice clear ones here. Let me zoom you in a bit more so you can maybe see what's happening. If Instagram will let me zoom you. Hello, there we go. Okay. All right, so let's get one coat of That's Fall, folks, on our swatch stick. I will show it to you unmagnetized. Now, we're on a clear swatch stick, so that's going to have an effect on opacity. We say this every time. Here she is really quick, unmagnetized. And then we're going to get it set down so it can start doing its thing. All right. I might have played with that just a touch too long. It's not as strong as of a line as I would like. I'm going to actually scoot these up just a little bit so they're a little more centered there. Second coat will definitely make it stronger too, but let's go in with our velvet swatch here and get it set down. And I'm gonna be weird, I'm not used to doing it this way, but I'm gonna set it on the left side because we're gonna go and grab our second magnet to do on the right side so they can set, and then we can look at them continuously, or I don't know the word I want there. But all right, next we're gonna do You Autumn Know, which again, I love that name. Does anyone have that song in your head? No? It's definitely in mine. You Autumn Know is a deep teal base with copper magnetic pull and green to blue to indigo shifting shimmer. This one is absolutely stunning. It is so glowy. Let's try and show that magnet off. It always gets so mad at the air bubbles. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you can definitely see that copper pull. This is gorgeous. I think this is going to be absolutely stunning in the bead effect. Oh, okay. Can we just appreciate that for a second? Because, like, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'm very excited to see this one on a swatch stick. So let's just get into it. Ooh, okay, this one has that like really strong smell you get with like blue polishes sometimes. Here it is unmagnetized really quick, because y'all know just because it's a magnetic doesn't mean you have to magnetize it. Ooh, holy cow. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna zoom in real hard really quick. Can you see that line? It is so intense and it is screaming off that base to me, and I am already obsessed with it. Okay, let me zoom out just a little bit. Just a little bit there. Oh, that is so cool. It is like, I have this weird, I don't know, there's this fuzzy memory just right at the edge of my brain of something popping in my head of like, that reminds me of something, and I can't place it. For some reason, I'm thinking of like a movie company intro, like a production company. I don't know. High Slopes, just that color combo, the blue and the green with the bright coppery orange on there. I don't know. It's got a familiar vibe to me. Now that we have that one sitting, we're going to go back to That's Fall, folks, and look at it after it's sat for a minute. Okay, so I won't lie, our bar magnet didn't do so great, but I think I let it set for just a tad too long. It is also quite hot in my office. I have swatched in here all day today, so it's a little warm in here. So that didn't do super great. It is really pretty without the magnet. The second coat will pull that more, or should pull that more, so we'll definitely get the line better on the second one. But let's grab our velvet. Yeah, the velvet had a better shot there. This is very sparkly. Gold shifting microflakes is what's in this one, so it makes it really sparkly with that magnetic vibe. I'm very excited to see the second coats of this just built up more. But that was one coat of That's Fall, folks. And then we're going to go back and look at our Your Autumn Know, which this bar magnet did way better. You can see it right there in the middle. It's a very much contrasting color to that blue-green base. Very, very excited to see this built up in a second coat. But that, oh, it's so pretty. And then you have those indigo Blue to Indigo Shifting Shimmer, which is a larger particle shimmer. So again, it looks very sparkly. I just love that contrast of that copper line. Very cool. And then here it is, Velvet. I'm not sure I like the velvet as much. It is cool. Again, second coats are going to show this off so much better than that first coat and on the clear swatch stick. But I do really like how large that shimmer is. Yeah, I'm excited to see the second coat. I think that's just going to pull these even more because they are a little on the thinner side in that first coat. All right, I'm going to move these to another Glamour Gear that I have off to the side so that they can keep setting, if you will. And we're going to do our next set of magnetics from the Fall Magnetic Quad here. Okay, next up is Beyond Belief, which is our beautiful blue. We're going to zoom out just a little bit more there. There we go. All right, Beyond Belief is a deep purple base with a chartreuse magnetic, and it has blue to purple shifting shimmer in here. You can already see that magnetic wanting to dance a little bit. This is so glowy. And then I'm going to grab the magnet, which is probably not going to do what we want it to do. Ooh, yes. Okay, again, I love a contrasting magnet. So to have that chartreuse against the blue, gorgeous. All right, let's get it on a swatch stick here. I have not checked in on the quality. How's our video quality today? Are we freezing? Are we stuck? Is anything going wrong? I know Instagram's been a bit of a pain lately, so I just want to make sure that I'm not sitting here talking to myself and frozen. Here we go with our first coat. Here it is unmagnetized, so glowy. And then we're going to pop her down. Yes, look at that green line already. Ugh, I'm gonna love this one. Also, oddly enough, it kind of matches the Glamour Gear, like that base. Crystal, good for me. Laura, all good. Frida, good here. Okay, good. Just want to make sure because we had the one last week that just completely froze and I had to restart. And then I know last night, I think we had one that was having trouble, but I didn't know if it was on my end or their end. I think it was their end, but just in case. Here it is, and again, really quick unmagnetized. Yeah, I just want to make sure that everyone can see what's happening and I'm not stuck in a weird frozen loop. Sandy says good here too. Okay, good, good, good. All right, so we're going to let Beyond Belief, our beautiful blue, set. And then we're going to go into Falling for Hue and do its first coats, and then we'll go back and look at Beyond Belief as it's set. So Falling for Hue is a plum colored base with purple magnetic pull and a rainbow of microflakes. She is right on a rainbow of microflakes. They are so shifty in here. You can see every color. And then this one, ooh, knocking stuff over. This one gets so deep when we do that magnetic pull. Crystal says, I love that purple. Yes. And then, okay, you can kind of see it doesn't want to stick because the air bubble, and I hate it. Ooh, okay. If you look down here at the bottom of the bottle, just under that air bubble, you can see that. Oh, yes. Okay, I am super, super excited to see this one. I'm really excited to see this one to full opacity because that is just going to be an intense magnetic line on there. It's so good. Hi, KZ Boogier. Good Lord, I butchered that. KZ Beer Girl is what was meant to came out of my mouth. Hi, Monica. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off some new goodies coming from LynB's Designs October 10th. This right now is a Fall Magnetic, which is a magnetic quad collection. We're going into Falling for Hue. Oh, I think I started to say it and then I got distracted. Okay, here we are really quickly unmagnetized. Look at those beautiful microflakes. I started to say it on You Ought to Know that it has that like stronger smell you get with some blue polishes. I personally call it skunky, just a little bit of skunk. Tammy calls it sulfur. I'm not really sure. Stacy, that is so much. I have said it so many times in my lives. When I see your handle, I forget your government name. It's like an instant thing for me. So then I want to read your handle, and I actually used to cheat and go through the watching list to figure out government names. And now Instagram has a glitch and I can't do that. So, yes, I very much aware your name is Stacy, but because I saw your handle, that your name's not Stacy anymore. What's on your nails now? Okay, so I have 2 on my nails from Colors to Carols. These actually come on October 1st. They are definitely a little more subdued matte. They're part of her birthday trio. I can't remember the names of them at the moment, and they are somewhere around here. But the birthday trio, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And I did the glass bead effect. Yes. My government name is actually Becky. Oh, well, see, now you're really throwing me off, Stacy. Now I'm definitely not going to remember your name. Hey, Chaotic Nails, welcome in. All right, so let's go back and look at Beyond Belief in our one coat. Oh, she says, just kidding. Man, you're going to have me everywhere. Now I'm going to have to call you Becky. From now on, you're Becky. That's what it is. And I say that, but I'm going to forget that too. Okay, here is our first coat of Beyond Belief with just the bar magnet. You can see that beautiful chartreuse line there in the middle. I'm a big fan of this one. I love that contrasting contrasting line. I also find it very funny that it really does blend in to the Glamour gear here. And then here is our velvet swatch. Ooh, yes. Okay, this is going to be stunning with the glass bead. Oh, we have polish. It is an official alive. Yeah, this is going to be absolutely stunning with the glass bead effect on it. Love this one. Stacey's just in here to frazzle me, which is fine, because when am I not frazzled? Okay, so that was our first coat of Beyond Belief. And then we're going to look at our Falling for Hue, which has that, oh, y'all, look at that purple line in the middle there. Oh, I'm so excited to see this in a second coat. Like, that just glows off of there. And then the way all those flakies dance. Beautiful. Love it. Let's grab our velvet swatch. Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm not sure how much this one does, but you can definitely see it there. It's just so glowy. My dogs might go off in a second. The mail lady is here. Y'all, she is very, like, unpredictable. Sometimes she's here at 11 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 3 o'clock. Tonight she's here at almost 7. It just depends on when she gets out and about. I also think we only have a few mail carriers for like our entire little city town area thing. So like she's doing everybody's mail, but yeah, she's definitely very hit or miss on what time our mail comes. So, all right, that is our 4 magnetics. We just showed Falling for Hue in its first coat. That's our 4 magnetics from the Fall Magnetic Collection. Again, that is a charity collection. Let me zoom you out here so you can see the information. It is a charity collection, so it's going to be $13 for each polish or $52 for the set, and then $2.50 from each individual sold, or $10 from the set will be donated to pollinator.org if you purchase those. I'm going to have these off to the side, and we will go on to our non-magnetics and then come back to these later if I don't stick them together. Y'all, these makers are really challenging me with all of these velvet, or not velvet, with all these magnetics lately. We had Colors to Carol with 5 in a collection. What was that, last week? And then this weekend, she had 3 more in a collection. And now I've got, well, I have 4 in just this set from LynB, but we have more in the next collection. So like, just everyone's doing magnetics right now, y'all. And I have this crazy balancing act of trying to show them all at one time. All right, we are going to go into our Silly Little Drinks collection, which I definitely have to zoom you out if I want to try and show the whole collection at the same time. Maybe. Hello. All right, let's see if we can do this. I don't know if I can fit them all on the screen, but we're going to try. All right, we're hiding the sheet a little bit, but here is our Silly Little Drinks collection. It is a 9-piece collection, and it's going to be $13 each, or $117 for all 9 polishes. If you use code DRINKS, you can get half off during release weekend, so the 10th through the 14th. Again, that code I do not believe will work on the fall magnetics because they are a charity polish, but by all means throw it on your cart and see what all goes on sale. But we have 9 super pretty polishes here. Again, we have everything for everyone. There's something for everyone in here. There's magnetics, there's thermals, there's solar thermals, there's glow in the darks. We've got flakies, we've got metallics. We have everything here. So I'm very excited to get into this and show it off. I'm just going to get it scooted out of my way. And we're going to start with something. We're starting on a new, fresh, pretty swatch wheel tonight. We're going to go in with Matcha Latte, which is our gorgeous green. Look at that blue glow off of there. This is a creamy pastel green base with blue to indigo shifting shimmer. It is so, so glowy. I'm already obsessed with this one just in the bottle. Let's get it on our swatch wheel. First coat. Now this is a pastel green, so obviously it's not a super saturated color. Hello, Heather. You can already see that beautiful blue glow on there. This is another one I'm excited to see in a second coat because I think it's just going to build up to a deeper, richer green when we get more opacity there. But that blue to indigo shimmer is just intense. Yeah, we're definitely not opaque, but we will build up and see. Super, super pretty. Very shimmery. So that was 1 coat of Matcha Latte. I almost said Matcha Latcha. Next, we're going to go into Thai Tea, which is this beauty. Thai Tea is a warm brown base with pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and orange glow in the dark. Okay, very excited to see this glow. I am going to give it, let's see if I can get a hold of that mixing ball somewhere. There we go. Okay, so I'm taking my bar magnet and I found that mixing ball. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I can feel it attached there. And I'm just going to give it a bit of a, okay, you can see it stirring. Giving it a bit of a stir because magnetic polish does want, or magnetic pigment settles. It's heavier than normal pigment. And I want to give this a good mix because it has been sitting in that box for like 6 weeks, maybe, if not a little longer. LynB is super on the ball and she sends collections a month to 2 months in advance, which I super, super appreciate. So I'm just going to give it a good, quick mixing to make sure that that glow pigment is all incorporated to give it the best shot to glow for our swatches here. Heather says, hi, beautiful. Hope everyone is having a great week so far. Yes, our Monday has been good. I spent the entire day in my office swatching up a storm, and then I spent a little bit of time in the basement working on work stuff. But yeah, hopefully everyone is having a good day. I hope your Mondays went well. I hope we didn't have a case of the Mondays. All right, here is a 1 coat. Ooh, y'all, look at that shimmer. Yes. So this has a green, it is a pink to gold to green shifting shimmer, and I think you can very clearly see all those colors in here. And then it is an orange glow in the dark, which we will show off at the end. I actually mentioned taking the field trip into the bathroom, but I think it's going to be dark enough, y'all. It is already almost completely dark, which makes me so sad because it's not 7 o'clock yet, but Stacy says that shift is fire. Yes, it is. And y'all, look at the opacity on this. Like, it is almost there. If you don't have a strong visible nail line and you wanted to throw one coat on and walk out the door, I think you could with this one. Like, I've got a very dark palette here. This isn't, it's like super dark. It's Stager's almost black, and it's pretty opaque there. Heather says that's so pretty. It really is. You can see all those colors shift. I'm very excited to see this glow, but we'll do that at the end so we can turn off all of our lights. But that's gorgeous. So that was one coat of Thai tea, and it is supposed to glow orange in the dark. Next, we'll go into our London Fog, which is another magnetic. And I've just realized I have all of these magnetic swatches sitting on my Glamour gears over here. So, okay, I'm going to take off these ones because they were the first ones we did. This is very interesting. All right, so we're going to pull out the Glamour gear again to go into our next one, which is a magnetic. Let me put that swatch wheel up there so I don't stick my arm in it. And we're just gonna do the things. I don't know what all I need here. Just grabbing a few of the things that are over here. All right. So our next one is London Fog, which is this one. London Fog is a buildable sheer indigo base with intense red to pink shifting shimmer and a foggy gray magnetic pull. So this one has that beautiful glow in there. And then we grab our magnet. It has, yes, it has the gray or silver, if you will, magnetic line. Again, the air bubble makes it really hard to show it in the bottle. But I think you can see it. Yeah, there you go. This is going to be super pretty. Now, it does say it is a buildable sheer base. So it's definitely going to take us 2, if not 3 coats to get this one to full opacity, which, because we know that, that's fine. I'm going to grab my, whatever these are called, swatch sticks here. And then again, we're going to go in on individual swatch sticks. So going with that first coat. And I will really quickly show it to you unmagnetized, very glowy, and then we're gonna get it set down so we can start doing its thing. Oh yes, let me zoom you in. Whoa, excuse me, there we go. You can already see that gorgeous silver line, so pretty. And then we're gonna go in with our velvet one. There it is, unmagnetized, and then we're gonna set it down here and let it do its thing. Scoot that back under there. Ooh, not so much. Okay, we're gonna let that set for a second. Is there, okay, there is another magnetic. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that other magnetic at the same time. Again, so everything can set and we can look at them without having to wait for paint to dry. So the other magnetic in this collection is Lychee Fizz. And this one is a warm berry base with blue to purple shifting shimmer and added lavender magnetic pull. So again, very, very glowy. I feel like this is the, oh, I guess my mail lady forgot something because she just came back. Yep, there's the notice of a package. Okay. So this one I feel like is the opposite of that one. So let's grab that magnet. Ooh, another super, super pretty one. So glowy. All right, let's get it on our swatch sticks here. So I feel like the other one was like purpley based, and I feel like this one is more pinky based. Here it is. Unmagnetized, but y'all, I'm kind of obsessed with it not magnetized too. That is gorgeous. Yes. Okay, so I think you can see that this is very much purple blue and this is very much pink purple. I don't know if that makes sense, but I will put them next to each other too so you can see the difference right up against each other. They are definitely different polishes despite looking similar. I don't even think it's a case of like similar but different. Like they are definitely different polishes. But when you don't see them at the exact same time. Hi, Rodriguez. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, when you don't see them literally at the same time, like doing them individually, I feel like you could get the vibes that they're same polish, but like very different polish. So let's go back to London Fog and look at it. So here is one coat of London Fog, which she does say is a buildable sheer base. So it makes sense that we're not fully opaque yet, but that beautiful magnetic line on there. Super pretty, very, very glowy. And then our velvet swatch. Here it is, velvet. Ooh, yes. The way it all pulls down there, so you're just kind of blue, like bluey purple, and then bam, all that silver in there. Another one I think is going to be stunning with the glass bead. Gorgeous. So that was one coat of a London Fog. And then we're going to go back and look at our Lychee Fizz. Here is one coat with the bar magnet. Again, stunning. That silver line against there. She says it's a lavender line. I get a little more silver personally, but maybe we'll get more purple lavender to it when we do our second coat. And then let's take a peek at the velvet. This is all just telling me I need another glamour gear. Someone tell Tammy to come out with another color. Yes, look at all of that in there. Beautiful. Again, very different polishes despite looking similar individually. I don't know if that makes sense, but like I picked up one bottle, I'm like, oh yeah, and then I picked up the other bottle, I'm like, oh, these are kind of, but they're not next to each other. They're very clearly different polishes. So pretty. So that was our first coat of Lychee Fizz, and I usually wouldn't do this until the end, but I want to show it. So you have London Fog on top, and then Lychee Fizz on the bottom. So again, you can totally see one is, oh sorry, my ring is causing some issues there. One is blue purple, the other is pinky purple, and then you have those beautiful lines, which this one is definitely more gray and saturated, where this is more of like a sparklier line. I don't know if that makes sense, y'all. I promise you it makes sense in my head. But I definitely see the differences here. Both are beautiful. And I think my HelloFresh is finally being delivered too. It's just all the deliveries right now. All right, I'm going to put this off to the side and we're going to get into the rest of the collection. As soon as I move everything that's over here out of my way. There's a whole lot going on, y'all. Okay, what do I have in my hands here? These are the velvets. Okay. I don't know what's happening. You're a velvet. I don't know. You were here originally. Why can't I fit you now? All right. You're a velvet. Sorry, y'all. Juggling magnetics is probably the hardest part about the lives, is getting magnetics out of the way. Oh, there goes Waffles. Yep, just saw HelloFresh. Okay, we're gonna grab our swatch wheel again. Stacey says, yeah, similar but different. Yeah, I do think they are similar, but I feel like they're more on the different vibe than the similar but different vibe. You know what I mean? It's not like just a shade off from the other. I kind of feel like one is pinky and purple and the other one is blue and purple. And I think the second coat is really gonna like help show that more, but we shall see. Next we're going into our lavender oat milk, which I'm very excited for this one, y'all. This is so pretty. This is a sheer buildable baby blue base with purple to pink shifting micro flakies and a purple solar effect, which we did show that solar effect earlier. I think maybe my flashlight time's out. All right, so here it is on its own, and you can see all that beautiful shifting micro flakes in there. And then I'm going to grab that solar light. Again, I apologize that it flashes on camera. Hopefully it doesn't bother anyone too much. And there is that gorgeous purple with the UV. Yes. Okay. Very excited to get this on. Let's get it on our swatch wheel because this is so, so pretty. Now, it does say it is a buildable, so I don't expect it to be fully opaque in one coat. I'm hopeful for two because honestly, it's not horrible opacity level in one. Considering she says it is a sheer buildable baby blue, I don't think it's bad in one coat. And look at all those beautiful microflakes just dance. Like, y'all, this is just gorgeous on its own. And then you add in the fact that it's a solar as well. Yes. All right, let's get that solar light. Oh, again, I apologize that it flashes. I know it's so frustrating. And there it is in its solar form, that beautiful purple with all those flakies. Jen says, love this one. Me too. I actually don't have that many solars, and I think they're really fun, especially if you are outdoorsy. I would probably forget that this is a solar and then go outside and be like, oh yeah, that's a thing. There it is again in its purple state. Beautiful. And then of course we will top this when I do real swatches with that new Be Seen solar friendly top coat so it doesn't affect the solar. Stacey says, I don't care about solar because I'm a vampire. I feel that. Honestly, it's beautiful, not solar. Like, I just think this is a gorgeous polish on its own. Yeah, look at those flakes. Look at it. And again, I feel like that opacity is not bad. All right, that was one coat of lavender oat milk. Next, we are going to go into our strawberry milk tea, which is this one. And I don't know, again, these have been on my shelf for a little while. I feel like it is moving. Yeah, okay, we are moving. So it was just super settled, like, yeah, see, we're moving. It's just really, really settled. It has been, I threw the envelope. I don't know when this was shipped, but knowing Jenna Lynn, I probably got these 6 to 8 weeks ago. So they've been sitting in their boxes on a shelf. So settling is going to happen. I just realized we're still quite zoomed in. So let me zoom out just a little bit there. Strawberry milk tea is a pastel neon pink with green to blue to indigo shifting shimmer, and it's blue glow in the dark. So this is another one of our glow in the darks. Gorgeous. I also just realized I should probably label my glow in the dark so when we go to do that I'm not like, wait, which ones are which. Let me grab this little Sharpie here and I'm just gonna put a little like G above it. When I do my labels later, I usually do actually put that, but just so I don't miss it. And then chai tea is our other one. Okay, our Thai tea. Cool. That way I don't mess that up. Heather, I'm in love with thermals and solars and magnetics and chunky glitters. You're like me, Heather. You like polish that does stuff. Creams are great to have in your arsenal. They're good for basics. They're good for bases, for your more intricate stuff, or if you do crackle toppers or any of that jazz, or nail art, nail stamping. But I want a polish that does stuff. I want to move my hand around and see it shift and shimmer and do things. Yeah, I am totally with you, Heather. She says, and glow in the darks. Same. I love glow in the darks. My favorite thing is going to the movie theater with glow in the darks on and then like forgetting and looking down and like, oh yeah, you're a glow in the dark. First of all, can we talk about the opacity level on this? That is a baby pink, y'all. And she's pretty good. Like 2 coats is not... it's going to be like easy peasy opaque. Sorry, I just got a message from one of our employees and I just saw that I'm going to giggle about it. So I don't know what's happening. We will find out in a second. But Sandy says, same, you are a do stuff kind of polish. So like this beautiful shifty shimmer in here. And then the fact that it glows in the dark, this is a win for me. Also, I really, really love it next to this beautiful blue. I just think they go really well together. These are really sweet polish colors. Like they're very, very pastel, delicate I think is the right word. Yeah, look at that beautiful shimmer in this. And then this is going to glow. What color are we going to glow? We are going to glow blue. Is that right? Did I read that wrong? Strawberry milk tea, shifting shimmer, and blue glow in the dark. All right, so we're going to glow blue. I'm very excited for that. Jen says, yes, do stuff polish. Yes, that's it. I like polishes that do things. Creams are great. Don't get me wrong. I just don't typically go for creams because I want things that do things. All right, so that was one coat of our strawberry milk tea. Next, we have dragon fruit boba, which is this baby. And I just realized I don't have, oh, I do. Okay, I was like, shoot, did I not get out enough? Oh, actually, I don't think I have enough thingies because I think there's another one I need a swatch stick. So I may have to dig out another swatch stick. But for this moment, I have it for this one. And y'all, I love this. Heather, my husband always gets tickled when I wear glow-in-the-dark polish because I always bake him in the middle of the night just to show him it's glowing. I love that. Kevin once tried to take my nails off. Like in the middle of the night, I woke up to him grabbing my hands and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm trying to take it off. I'm like, what are you trying to take off? And he thought I was wearing my Apple Watch to bed, which I never do. But yeah, he was just like trying to peel my nails off. And y'all, my nails are natural. I do have an extension on my middle finger right now because it broke like a month ago and it finally grew out. And then it broke a week after I was able to take my extension off. So we have one extension here. But yeah, Kev was just like, I just felt him doing this. And I was like, those are my nails. Yeah, it was amazing. Jess, I love when a maker does a collection that's off for the season. Plenty of time to get those plans for spring manis. Yeah, really, I do. I love Jenna Lynn's collections, honestly. She does do things for seasons. She's like, oh, Halloween, let's do purples and, you know, greens and oranges. But her collections are just always a combination of everything. Like, you're never going to have a collection come out that everybody doesn't want at least one polish from. You know what I mean? She makes her collections for everyone. You can always find something to pick up from her collections. I love that. All right, let's do dragon fruit. I haven't even read y'all the description yet because y'all know I can chat. This is dragon fruit boba. It is a bright pink to orange thermal with scattered black, green, and pink hex glitters. So I'm very excited for this one. It's super pretty. I definitely get the dragon fruit vibe. I've never had dragon fruit and I really, I want to. I don't know why. You can buy it at the grocery store. Has anyone else tried it? I heard it's a very subtle flavor. Ooh, look at that opacity. That's a clear stick. One coat? Okay, I'm not mad here. Again, this is a thermal, so we'll do our dippy in hot and cold water at the end so everything can be nice and set. Stacy says, Jenna Lynn makes such amazing polishes. She really, really does. I very rarely find something that I don't like from her. I mean, yes, there's always going to be something that I don't really wear a lot of red or I don't really wear a lot of black, but I never have something in her collection I'm like, de-stash instantly. She just makes really good, fun polishes. Jen says, love a pink to orange thermal. Yes, I'm very excited to see what shade of orange this goes to. You have those little green glitters, just little pops of green. This is very fun. I'm super excited to see this turn. And usually my hands can do it, but they're actually not as hot as they usually are. Very pretty. Excited to see this dipped at the end. I'm going to set that off to the side, so maybe I won't stick my hand in it. We know I'm going to, but maybe I won't stick my hand in it. Laura says, dragon fruit is okay. It's definitely very mild flavor, not really worth the money. Okay, good to know. So if it's at a party, I'll try it, but I'm not going to go out and buy one. Got it. That was one coat of dragon fruit boba. And next we're going into our ube. Y'all, okay, someone has to tell me, is it ube or is it ube? I think it's ube smoothie because she likes to be punny and rhymey, so I think it's ube smoothie. But please, if you know how to say it correctly, let me know so I can say it correctly. This one is a pink toned lavender neon jelly with pink to orange to purple shifting flakies. So this is a jelly. It is neon, which also means when we do our glow in the darks with the black light, UV light later, that this should glow, being a neon. Stacy says ube. Okay, so ube smoothie. Thank you, Stacy. I am horrible at pronouncing things, which I think pretty much everyone in here now knows. All right, we're going in with one coat here. Now it is a jelly, so it is definitely gonna need a couple coats for opacity. It's to be expected on a jelly. But here is one coat. Look at all those beautiful flakies. I don't think that this mentioned hollow, but I feel like it has hollow flakes in there too. So we will grab the flash in just a second. Did I even read the... Yeah, I totally read the description of this. Okay. I feel like that has hollow microflakes too. So let's grab our flash and see. Oh yeah, there are definitely hollow microflakes in there too. So it has all the sparkles. This is very cute. This gives me Wicked vibes. Like I feel like this would be really pretty if you're gonna do a Wicked mani for part 2's premiere. I actually kind of feel like this would be gorgeous over top of our strawberry milk tea. Like, do those not kind of vibe together? Ugh, those rainbow shifty flakes. She's stunning. So that was 1 coat of ube smoothie. Cassie says, oh my God, stun. Yes, it's so pretty. Those flakes are gorgeous. And then last, but certainly not least, I didn't realize this was a thermal until I pulled it out. So I do have to go dig. Well, not dig. I know where they are, but I do need to get one more swatch stick out for this one. This one, Stacy says, yes, those would be amazing together. I think so too. I think these would be really pretty layered together. All right, description of this one first, and then I will go grab that swatch stick. This is Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade, which I think is such a cool concept. And one day I'm going to actually like find it somewhere and get to do it. So it does its all like cool changey stuff. If you've never seen Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade, you have a yellow lemonade and then you use butterfly pea flower. It's like a blue cobalty flower that you dump it's a ground up flour that you dump into the lemonade, and it causes it to turn to a beautiful purple color, or the purple pigment, and then it makes it pink. It's like magic, y'all. It's very cool. I highly recommend you Google it after this. You can see the shift, which I'm sure is what's going to happen when we do our thermal solar aspect of this. So this is a blue to clear thermal indoors, and it's purple to pink solar in the sun with pink to green flakies. So this is hard for me to wrap my head around. Okay, so inside we're blue to clear, and then outside it's purple to pink. So in its cold states, we're blue and purple, and in its hot states, it's clear and pink. Okay, see, this one is going to break my brain. I'm very excited to get this on a wheel. We'll do dippies, we'll do solar stuff, all the jazz, because this one has already broken my brain just reading it. So let me grab a clear swatch stick because I did not pull out enough. I missed seeing this one on the sheet as a thermal. I just thought it was a solar, so let me get out one more swatch stick here. I did have to order more swatch sticks. They should be here tomorrow, thank goodness, because y'all, we got more lives this week. Stay tuned for all of those. All right, we've got one more clear swatch stick. Let's do our Solar Thermal Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade. Here we go in with 1 coat. Make sure we're in frame here because y'all know I'm bad about that. These flakies are really pretty in here. Again, even if this didn't do anything, it's gorgeous on its own. So we are a thermal. This would be in its cold state. Very, very pretty already. And those gorgeous flakies, which are pink to green. And then I am going to grab the solar light so we can see the cold state switch. Ah! Okay, hold on. Let me go. I need to go this angle, y'all, because I just totally bumped it. All right. Again, I apologize for the flashing. I can't do nothing about that. All right, here she is. So we went from that blue color to purple with the solar, so it got deeper. I guess I could have showed that in the bottle too, but I'm very excited to see this. So in theory, when it's hot, we'll be clear inside and pink outside. Very, very excited to dip this one at the end of the video. So that was 1 coat of, I almost turned the bottle over without putting it upside down, without closing it. That was 1 coat of Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade, which actually, since we still have the bottle, I'm going to do the flashlight on that. Stacey says, oh, dang. Yes, look at that. So you can kind of see the difference in here. So we got like an intense deep purple against that cobalty blue. Very pretty. Also, another weird note, this doesn't have the skunky smell. I always associate that with blue polishes, and I expected it with this one, and it doesn't. It does not have anything unusual than just smelling like nail polish. So that is, believe it or not, 1 coat of everything. We've done our first coats. We've gotten through both collections. Now we're going to go back and do our first coats of everything, which is going to be very interesting with all of these magnetics and the crazy setup I have going over off camera that y'all can't see. But that's what we're going to do. So let me pull some things off of here. Trying to do it in an organized manner, if that is even possible. Bar, velvet. Okay, so we're going to put our swatch wheel off to the side. We're going to go back into our fall magnetic collection. Let me get you guys back up where you're supposed to be so you can read everything. There we go. All right. So the first magnetic is that's Fall Folks. We've done 1 coat, and I just realized I kind of moved these around weird. Oh, yay. Bear with me for 2 seconds. Okay, it's this one. Sorry. They totally got set down weird, and I couldn't figure out who was who. And this is the one that the bar magnet didn't really take that well, so I'm hoping I know which ones are which. We may not, but we're trying here. Okay. So we're going to go in with our second coat of That's Fall Folks. This is a forest green base with red magnetic pull and an orange to gold shifting microflakes. So we're going to go in with our second coat here. Very quickly on this one, show you it unmagnetized. Definitely built up the opacity in the second coat more, thankfully. There we go. All right, that bar is doing way better here. I'm gonna try and zoom you in and not knock you over. Okay, hold on. Let's scoot the whole gear up. There we go. All right, so the line is definitely coming off better this time. I think I just played with it a little bit too long before. And then here goes our second coat for the velvet. Again, really quickly unmagnetized because it is beautiful. And then set that down there. Oh, I'm very disorganized tonight, y'all. I think I just have too many moving parts tonight. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna let that one set while we go in with our second coat of You Autumn Know, which that one I do know. I know which swatch 6 those are. Okay, so we're going to go in with our second coat of You Autumn Know, which is our deep teal base with copper magnetic pull and green to blue to indigo shifting shimmer. Stacey says that's really lovely unmagnetized. I think so. And y'all know I'm a big believer in just because it says it's a magnetic does not mean you have to magnetize it. If you like it as is, don't do it. If you're feeling lazy or you just don't want to, then don't. Ugh, y'all, that one gets me. I don't think you can see that line as intense as I can right now, but like it glows. From my angle, it glows off of there. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, you don't feel like doing a magnetic, don't do it. Or you don't like doing magnetics. If you have tried and you just don't like doing it and you're like, that's still pretty polished, then buy it. You don't have to magnetize it. I will say LynB makes very user-friendly magnetic polish, in my opinion. I think they're very easy to work with. Hi, Pickle Loves Polish. Yes, I think they're very easy to work with. They have a little bit more playtime on them. And then there's magnets out there that make things easier. Honestly, the Glamour Gear, I think this makes your swatches so much easier. There's no holding a weird magnet above you. There's no, like, you just set your finger on here and get your bar magnet, or you set your finger in here and you get your velvet, and it makes it so simple. You can flip it over. You can use the back side of the Glamour Gear if you want to set your hand on this side, if it's just easier to balance. You can do a lot more simple things with that. And I think magnetics just can be scary, where if you find a good, friendly magnetic, it's less scary. That's my 2 cents. I think LynB makes very friendly magnetics. Here is our second coat of That's Fall Folks, and you can see that line way, way better. I definitely feel like opacity level is good. We are on a clear swatch 6, so that's having an effect, but I feel like Yeah, I feel like 2 coats on my natural nails is going to be fine. I always tell y'all in my posts how many coats I do, what I top it with. I would say what kind of base I use, but I just use a peel off clear base coat. I do disclaim that I have that extension when it happens. Hi, Immortal Chicks. Welcome, welcome. We are showing off some beautiful stuff from LynB. This right here is That's Fall, folks. It's 2 coats of a beautiful magnetic polish with a bar magnet line on it. And then we're going to grab it and show off the velvet version. Here it is, velvet, which I think does show off better on the second coat, but I kind of feel like this one's better in the bar. I don't know. What do you guys think? I do love a good velvet. I just don't think this has quite the same oomph to it as it does in a bar. Like it's more subtle as a velvet. It is very pretty though. Again, opacity level I think is totally fine in 2 coats. All right, let me zoom out just a little bit so I can fit a bottle in there, and I'll get you guys a label shot of this one. So here is our 2 coats, please don't stick together, of That's Fall, folks. You have the velvet on top, the bar on bottom. This is always so hard to do. Again, this is the Fall Magnetics Quad. They're $13 each, or $52 for the quad. $10 from each full set, or $2.50 from each bottle will be donated to the pollinator. Hey, Jill. Everything tonight launches October 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern. I'm just going to set this one back down on here for now while we show off the other one. I think I definitely do 3 coats. They're gorgeous. Yes, that is totally a preference. I don't have a super visible nail line, so I think personally for me, 2 coats will be okay. But yes, definitely do what you are comfortable with. Now we are showing off You Autumn No. Here is our bar magnet, and look at that. Do you guys see what I mean by it glows? That magnetic just pops off of this polish. It's absolutely beautiful. You can see the opacity level. I'm totally down for a 2-coater on this one. It's gorgeous. I love a good contrasting magnet line, and this one definitely fits that. Beautiful. Let's check it out in velvet. Here is our velvet, and again, stunning. I think this is going to be so cool with the glass bead magnetic effect, and I will definitely be doing that on my swatches because absolutely beautiful. Y'all, there is a hair on my hand. There's like a fuzzy dancing there with that swatch. Okay. Yeah, I am obsessed with this one. Laura says this one is good. Yes, it is. All right, let me get you a label shot and try not to stick my thingies together. All right, stay, maybe. Once we get the thing. All right, You Autumn No in 2 coats. Velvet on top, bar on bottom. Jill says, oh yes, the glass bead is so cool. I finally learned about it. It is very cool. Honestly, y'all, Laura does it the best. I'm jealous of her glass bead effects when she gets it. It's so good. Heather says stunning. Yeah, y'all, I love this one. I really do. All right. Now we're going to get into our next 2. I'm going to, again, just move this whole thing out of frame. I know it feels unnecessary to rebalance everything, but I do like to have my swatch sticks completely done. I don't know why, because we don't really use them again, but it's an OCD thing, y'all. I promise I have to do it, okay? And then we're going to go into the other 2 magnetics of the magnetic quad. And we're going to grab the second Glamour Gear and give us some more workspace. And our next one is Beyond Belief. Laura says, soon you will have great ones too. I'm excited to do the ring on top of it like you do, Laura. That's like my most excited thing, to get that concentrated the way you do. Stacy, I can barely cat eye. I don't need a new magnetic technique. Honestly, if you can find, well, I was gonna say if you can find, but you don't even have to find because they exist. I have, which I lost. Okay, I don't know where my paper is right now. I need to post this picture. It's 3D Print Factory or something like that. This is the one I have. These little things are different, which I just realized today that they have sizes. So you have large and small, and then there's a medium one here in the middle. These are like spacing for like how like thick your finger is, like if that makes sense. Like that's really skinny, that's big, whatever. I personally use the small one. So it comes apart, you put your finger in it, there's like a divot. You want to be like halfway on that line so it's centered. And then you put this thingy on, and it is essentially, it's a horseshoe magnet. So it has magnet, whatever. And then it spins. I think you can see that. Yeah. So it spins a horseshoe above your nail, and that's how you get this effect. So a velvet is a left to right effect, where the glass bead does it in a full circle. It's very cool. This, I think, makes it easy to do, honestly. But Laura's husband has made her a mechanical version. Like, she's got a little switch she turns off and on, so she ain't got to spin nothing. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, my magnets stuck together. We always learn in my lives you shouldn't put magnets together. But yeah, to sit here and do this for a minute, it's not the worst. I'm lazy though, so I want a mechanical one, which Laura and her husband are being amazing, and they're making me one. So I'm very excited to not have to spin it myself. But it's a very cool technique. And that thing, which I do need to post my video, and I will link who did it, like the brand, who apparently is going to release their own magnetic polishes too. Anyways, I will link them too, because I do think that one is the easiest one I have found to mess with. But there are other versions out there. All right. We are continuing our magnetic fall magnets quad here. This is Beyond Belief. We're going to go in with our second coat of it. This is another one that I think is gorgeous. I love that chartreuse green thing, which I just realized I didn't reread the description here. This is a deep purple base with chartreuse magnetic pull, and it has blue to purple shifting shimmer in it. Here it is, very quickly, 2 coats, not magnetized, very glowy, but I missed the green that comes out in the magnet. And y'all, it's so good. Okay, hold on, we gotta center you again. Okay, stay. Yes, again, did you see how forgiving that was? I don't know if you really saw it, but as I scooted it, that magnetic line did go up and back down, but it is still nice and crisp. That's what I mean by LynB's magnetics being very user-friendly. Like you have a little bit of work time with them. They don't just dry instantly and then you're screwed. So I think they are very, very friendly and forgiving. So if you are a beginner or if you've tried magnetics without luck, I highly recommend LynB's brand to do them. Here, we're going to set this down and get the velvet going. I also personally, I don't use any of the specialty, oh man, I forgot your name. I'm so sorry. S. McKinnon. Steve? Why is that? I don't think that's right. I'm so sorry, y'all. See, this is what I mean. Your names just don't stick in my head. As soon as I see your handle, your government name is gone. Sean, I knew that. I should have known that. I'm so sorry, Sean. I'm writing that on the list. You're getting added to the list. So maybe I'll remember. But yeah, that's what I mean by friendly magnetics. I have bought that, what is that top coat from DRK or whatever, the like magic magnet top coat. Y'all, I had no luck with that. I really don't. I have just found patience holding your magnet for at least a minute every layer. I do first coat, second coat, top coat every time it gets wet, and just being patient. I think that's the true key to magnets, in my opinion. I have never had luck with that specialty top coat, but I mean, y'all, I have magnetics on today. These are both magnetics I swatched today, and that's what I did. These have been probably 4 hours since I did them, and I've heard that the glass bead doesn't stick, but you can see that. Yes, there's a fuzzy in that nail. But yeah, so those are my magnetic tips. We're going to go with our second coat of Falling for Hue. This one is a plum colored base with purple magnetic pull and a rainbow of micro flakies. We have our velvet one. If I can let go of it, there we go. Stacy says, I didn't care for the magnetic top coat either. I just didn't think it did anything, honestly. Like I've just had better luck, because I think it even recommends that like you don't magnetize it until your second or third layer and then your top. Like I did not have luck with it. I think just magnetizing every layer, because I do magnetize that first layer. I know a lot of people are like, you don't have to. I do it. I magnetize the first layer, the second layer, and my top coat for a solid minute. I literally yell at my phone and tell it to set a minute timer. And I let them set, and then we move on to the next one, and that is how I have it. Heather says, have you tried Tyler Trinket's magnetic top coat? I bought but haven't tried it yet. I have not tried it yet. Like I said, I bought DRKs from PPU years ago, and then it just didn't do much for me. And I haven't tried any others because I feel like I have a good solid technique. Now I have had a couple brands recently that I feel like their magnetics just aren't as strong as others. I have one brand who usually gets good strong magnetics, and I feel like they've been subtle lately, so I don't know if she's changed her formula or her magnetic pigment or whatever. But I don't find it quite as strong as it used to be, so I don't know if that's just a change, but I haven't changed what I do. I do the same technique. I use this is my bar magnet, y'all. It has nail polish all over it. I use this bar magnet for every single, oh boy. See, we never learn here. I never learn. Every time we do magnets, I tell you, don't play with magnets next to each other, and then I do it again. Do as I say, not as I do. But yes, that is my bar magnet. It is messy. It is covered in polish, but I use that for every single, I used it today. And then I have been using that spinner for the glass bead. Before that, I was using my horseshoe. So I use it for everything. I use the same technique, but I feel like they've been a little bit off lately. So I don't know if it's a me thing or a them thing or what, but we'll figure it out. Sean, ooh, I like the timer thing. Yes, I get distracted, as y'all can see here. So if I'm counting or whatever, I feel like I count too fast, or I start watching a show and I don't pay attention. So I literally just go, hey Siri, set a 1 minute timer. And I'm like, hopefully it doesn't do that right now. And then I just wait for it to go off. I just sit there until it's ready. All right, here is our Beyond Belief. Second coat with the bar magnet, and y'all, it's gorgeous. Stacy, DRK is the only one I tried, and it didn't do much. Yeah, people swear by it, but it didn't do anything for me, and I've just never felt the need to try another one. Sean, I do that all the time. I try so hard not to put my magnets next to each other, but every time I'm live, I'm like, don't do this, and then I do it. But that's okay. It's all good. No one got hurt, and actually, even though my velvet swatch went flying, it was dry enough, so it was fine. There is your bar. Let's show the velvet now, because I'm very excited to see the velvet of this. Stay. Northern Lights looking, yes, very much, Jen. Ooh, especially the velvet. Look at that. Yes. Okay, this is gorgeous. Laura, if Kyle only lets you buy one, I think it needs to be this one, because this in a glass bead, can you imagine? Yeah, I love that description, Jen. Northern Lights, very much so. It's so pretty. And again, opacity level, 2 coats, no problems. Yeah, I'm definitely confident 2 coats there. Gorgeous. Let me get you a label shot. Laura's is so pretty. All right, here is 2 coats of Beyond Belief. You've got velvet on top, bar on the bottom. Stacey says, yeah, these are gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. All right. And then set that back down. Oop. I'm bumping all the things. We are a mess here. We're a mess here. All right. And then this is our Falling for Hue, which is the last one in the fall magnetic quad. Laura says, I keep trying to convince him I need all the magnetics so I can use my spinner. Yeah. And now that he's built a couple more, you could get him to get into production and sell them, and you can use your magnetic polishes as advertisement. And then it's a write-off. See, you gotta think big, Laura. Oh, look at that beautiful purple glowy line on there. And of course, all those flakies too. This is very shifty. Hi, Nirda. I'm feeling like she's maybe a little thin in 2 coats, but I also think it's the clear swatch wheel. I think on a natural nail, I think 2 coats is going to be okay. Stacey says, yes, I need one too, Laura. We are being guinea pigs here first. We have no idea how this is going to ship or anything. So let's guinea pig test first and then go into production. I think Carolina of Colors to Carol already told Laura she'd buy one too. All right, so there's our bar magnet. Again, this is the second coat of Falling for Hue. How are we doing today, Nirda? You are coming in to some LynB Designs polishes. These all come out October 10th at 12 p.m. Eastern. We are finishing showing off a magnetic quad here. It's the Fall Magnetics. You'll look at the velvet of this. That magnetic is just so intense and glowy. Stacey says, I'm willing to be a guinea pig. Y'all, this is so pretty. Big fan of this one too. Beautiful. Let's get you a label shot. Oop, and I stuck them together. That's a fun gooey stringy mat. Look at that. Yep, that's a thing. It's like one of those grilled cheese pulls. Not as satisfying though, or yummy, but you know. All right. Here is, I always want them to be like closer together, but then I stick them together. It's impossible. All right. 2 coats of Falling for Hue. You have your velvet on top and your line on bottom. I just stuck them together again, but it is what it is. Heather says, oh my goodness, that glow is amazing. Laura, he keeps telling me to stop promising them to people. I didn't promise them to no one. I didn't promise no. I told you that he needs to go into production for him, but I didn't promise him nowhere. Stacey, that magnetic shimmer is amazing, isn't it? It's so glowy in there. Laura says, I think I stressed him out. Oh no, I told you not to stress. I told you. All right, there's your Falling for Hue. If there's a guinea pig list, add me. Oh no. Okay. All right. We're gonna stop talking about him, y'all. We can't have Kyle stressed out. If Kyle's stressed, then he's not buying magnetic polish. Don't stress Kyle out. All right. We are going to set this off to the side, and we're going to move into our silly little drinks collection, which somehow I have these weird, like, flaky things on there now. All right. Let me get this all moved off. Give me a second. It's a whole balancing act again. And somehow everything I had already set over here is, like, has shifted to the right now. I don't know what's up with that. It's not where it was at the start of this live, but again, we'll get through it. We'll make do. It's what we do. I just need to find a place for my paper now so I can continue to read things to y'all. All right, and our swatch wheel. Here is our swatch wheel. We're going to go back into, I'm going to zoom y'all out again so we're not as like up close and personal there. All right, now we're going to go into the silly little drinks and get our second layers, coats is the right word there. Starting with our matcha latte. Oh, the glow on this one, y'all. So matcha latte is a warm, no, it's not. It's a creamy pastel green base with blue to indigo shifting shimmer. This full collection is a 9-piece collection. It's going to be $13 each or $117 for the full collection. If you use the code DRINKS, release weekend, so the 10th through the 14th, you can get half off. I do not believe that code will apply to the Fall Magnetics because they are a charity polish. Yes, and you know what? I'm digging 2 coats. Y'all know I'm impatient. I don't like to do 3 coats unless I absolutely have to. Ignore that I did a shitty job on that swatch. Weirdly, the left side usually is the right side we miss, but I think over a not so visible nail line will be good, or if you use a blurring base coat, or you could do 3 coats if you really wanted to. I am not patient enough for 3 coats unless we have to. So I'm cool with 2 coats on this, and that blue is just so glowy. Stacey says, my green loving heart needs this one. Yes, I love all the greens, and this is like definitely staying in my collection. It's so pretty. I'm getting like springy vibes here. I know that we're going into fall, but like I also am not a you can only wear these colors this time of year person. So very pretty, very light and pastel, soft, subtle color. If you have like an officey job and you can't wear a ton of color. I feel like this would be okay. I feel like it gets you the cool pop of blue in there, so it's still fun, but then it's kind of like a sweet color, so maybe people won't say anything to you. Here is your 2 coats of matcha latte. Stacy, it looks super Halloween too, though. Yes, I actually just thought with that blue glow, I was like, I wonder, like some glowing ghosts on top of here. The Weekend Nail Challenge collab that I host with Reza, we do... It is literally 72 hours. We give you a theme in advance, and then we spin a wheel for a random thing to get added that Friday, and then you have till Monday to complete your mani. This month's theme for October is supernatural, so I'm like, this is a base with some like ghosty, like poltergeist style ghosties on top. Yes. Okay. So that was 2 coats of matcha latte. Laura says it looks like a glow in the dark, how the green one always had that tint. Yes, it does. This does very much make you think it's going to glow in the dark. And it does not, but it would be cool if it did. But that blue already kind of glows on its own. It's very cool. Next up, we have Thai Tea. This is a glow in the dark. This one is a warm brown base with pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and orange glow in the dark. Again, don't let me forget, y'all, to show the glow in the dark at the end. You know I will. Someone yell at me. If I'm like, all right, I'll see you in the next one, someone yell at me. Please. Start screaming. Send a request to join. I don't know. All the things. Just send all the things. All right, here is our second coat. This one was really opaque in 1 coat already, and 2 coats is like perfect. And it's so shifty. Like, this is just a beautiful polish on its own, and the fact that it's going to glow in the dark, next level. So cool. Jens is loving that shift. Me too. Stacy says, "Oh, that is so pretty." It really, really is. I would not typically go for this vibe. I'm not much of a like reddish polish person personally, but because of all that shift to it, like it's really pretty and very fall. I know we were talking about how not everything here is fall, but I feel like this is very, very fall vibes. Let me get you a screenshot. There is your 2 coats of Thai tea. Next, we are moving into our magnetics, I believe. So we're going to get that first set we did off of our Glamour gear and get it back in here and get into the next magnetics. Okay. We got purples, we got pinks. Okay. Again, just trying to make sure I don't mess things up here. All right, next is London Fog. This one is a buildable sheer indigo base with intense red to pink shifting shimmer and a foggy gray magnetic pull. This is so glowy. I need to move. Hold on, let me move that swatch wheel because I will totally put my arm in it. All right, let's do our second coats here. I need to set the velvet one over here so I don't accidentally do the wrong one. Let's go with our second coat for our bar magnet here. Here she is, real quickly unmagnetized, very glowy. And then get it down there and boom, you can see that line already. I'll zoom you in, maybe. There we go, a little bit more. And we're gonna do our velvet. Again, this one is a buildable sheer base, but I actually don't find it that sheer. Here it is, really quick unmagnetized, and then down it goes for the velvet. All right, so while that one sets, we are going to get into the other magnetic of this one, which is Lychee Fizz. Stacy says that shimmer is so vibrant on the video. I'm glad that it's showing up on the video because it is that vibrant in real life, y'all. It glows. Like, it is just intense. I promise you that is what I'm seeing in real life. Now, I have an arch light, so that, I mean, we're under intense light, but I'm looking just in my office and it is that glowy. This is definitely a distracted while driving polish. So you have to be very careful with this one, but it really is that glowy. All right, Lychee Fizz, which is our warm berry base with blue to purple shifting shimmer and added lavender magnetic pull. We're going to go in with our second coat of the bar magnet here. Again, I think this one is really pretty unmagnetized. It has that like metallic frosty vibes and then that blue glow. Yes. Ugh, these are so good, y'all. So good. I want to wear these at the same time. Like I want to do a mismatched toned thing with these. These are so pretty. And I feel like they very much vibe off of each other. Set our velvet down in there. Laura says, I love this one. I do too. I honestly, I love both of these. I really do. I think they just go together so well. Laura says, I need them all. You do. You do. Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle? You can bring him in here. I'll tell him you need them all. All right. Here is our London Fog bar. And again, it says a buildable sheer base. Let's do it over the black. Now, clear spot chick. That's a huge, huge difference. I think it's going to be fine in 2 coats. I really truthfully do think that you can do 2 coats of this one. Look at that pink glow and that beautiful gray magnet in there. It's very ghostly. Stacey says, I'm a slut for a blue shimmer. Yes. Laura says he's putting Maisie to bed, but I'll pass the message along. Do it. I could text you. I'd like show this to Kyle. Laura definitely needs all the magnetics from LynB's collection tonight. That's it. Just boom, done. All right, we totally just flip that over. Ignore that. All right, here's our velvet. Ooh, yes, that silver, I definitely ghostly glowed with that. Very, very cool. Honestly, I kind of like the vibe that it gave dropping it. These are so pretty. So pretty. You get that gorgeous pink glow. Look at it there. And then it goes into that purple. And then bam, all the silver. Absolutely beautiful. Let me get you a label shot. And I'm going to definitely end up sticking these together, especially after the dropsies. All right, here is our London Fog, which I definitely see the fog vibes in 2 coats. Like I definitely see the fog vibes. So you have velvet on top and bar on bottom. Laura says, I don't think I have a purple silver magnetic. Well, then you need one. If you don't have one, how can he argue with that? Yes. Okay, these are so cool. I know I keep saying I love every polish, y'all, but I do. I do. These are so, so cool. All right, let's take a look at that Lychee Fizz. Here is Lychee Fizz in 2 coats. Is that beautiful line. Again, I'm not mad at 2 coats. I feel like you could do a 3rd if you really wanted to. I'm lazy. I'm probably only doing 2, especially being a magnetic because I do magnetize every layer. But I feel like you could get away with 2 coats. And I will do 2 coats on my swatches, so stay tuned for those. But here is 2 coats with the bar magnet of Lychee Fizz. That glow is so intense. And here is our velvet. Oh, wow. Sometimes the velvet blows me away, and sometimes I'm like, I like the bar better. This velvet is stunning. Stacey says, Lordy, that's beautiful, isn't it? You just have all that glow. It's so intense, and then bam, there is that beautiful magnet. And then, again, this is a distracted while driving. I would have trouble driving with this on. Laura is sending all the stars and sparkles and hearts. It's gorgeous. Let me get you a label shot. Here is your Lychee Fizz in 2 coats. You've got your velvet on top, your bar on the bottom. Y'all look at that. I'm not even trying to get that angle. It's just there. It's just bam. Ugh. Yes. Normally, y'all know that green, that matcha latte would be my jam. And it is still my jam. But normally, I'm like, that's my favorite. I love green. I think these magnetics take the cake. All of the magnetics in these collections are just gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. All right, let me get this put off to the side and out of our way. And then we will go on to the rest of the Silly Little Drinks collection. That completes our magnetic portion of the video. Y'all, there was a lot of, what do we have, 6 magnetics tonight? That I think that's the record for magnets in a live for me. We had 5 of Colors to Carol recently, but I think 6 tonight takes the cake. Let me zoom you out. Stacy says same. So we're on the same vibe. Usually that green would be it, but these magnetics, the magnetics have me in a hold tonight. They're so good. All right, next we're going into our Lavender Oat Milk, which is the beautiful, as I called it, Cinderella Blue. This one is a sheer buildable baby blue base with purple to pink shifting micro flakies and purple solar effect. Here is our second coat. For this thing, a buildable sheer, I felt like it was pretty opaque on the first coat, and I have no questions about the second coat. Like, I'm very, very happy with the opacity of that. Being a baby blue like that. I feel like this one, again, might also have some hollow flakies. I know it's not mentioned, but it wasn't mentioned in this one either, but I feel like there might be hollow in here. I am going to grab my flash and throw it on there. I can't tell. Hello, Annie Marie. I think there's some hollow in there, y'all. Also, look at how intense those flakes got with the flash. I feel like there's some hollow in there. It has also just occurred to me, oh no, wait, we already did 2 coats. Y'all, because we went to the magnetics, I got confused and I thought I forgot the second coat of our Thai tea, but we did that one. We did 2 coats of that gorgeous shifty. All right, yeah, I feel like there's some hollow in there. It's not in the description, so please don't hold me to that. But I do feel like there's some hollow microflakes in there too. So not only is it beautiful on its own and it's shifty and rainbowy, but this one is one of our solars. So I'm going to get out that light. Again, I apologize for the flashing. You know what? We're going to do this off camera really quick. I know that flashlight is really annoying. I apologize. All right, here she is after putting the UV light on it. There is definitely hollow in there. You can see that sparkles. Yes. Okay, so we didn't show it with flash earlier because I didn't notice the hollow. But here it is with flash now too. Oh yeah, definitely hollow microflakes in there. How fun is that? Now, obviously, okay, actually I think my flash might have just had a little effect on the UV part because I don't think they transitioned that quickly before. But it's so pretty on its own, and then you do that UV light. I'm going to try and just do half of it. There you go. How cool is that? I know Stacey said she's a vampire, so she doesn't need solars, but you could just play with it. Get one of those little, the little flashlight keychains. Hold on. I have one over here in this drawer. If I can get it out. Hello? Come here, please. There we go. Okay, so I have this little, which I think this will do the same thing. I'm not positive. I've only used it for glow-in-the-dark stuff, but we're going to find out. So I have this little tiny keychain here with a switch, and now that I'm looking at, okay, there we go. Hello? There we go. So it has this little switch. I think, will you... Yes, there we go. So that works too. So just get your little keychain and just play with it. Just be sitting at work and you need a fidget toy. Treat your nail polish as your fidget toy. Yes, there you go. See? Honestly, I think you can get these on Amazon. I believe I just received this one with the VV Spirits advent calendar. I'm pretty sure that's where this one came from. I have one from a previous brand, Thou Shall Not Be Named, but I'm pretty sure this one's from VV's. Yes. Okay. She's beautiful. Let me get it to go back to kind of normal. Does it? I know that feels weird to say. I feel like my flash reset it, but I feel like, yeah, look at that. I feel like my flash resets it. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I'm going to do a half and half and we'll get you a label shot. So this is 2 coats of our lavender oat milk. Bam. 2 coats, lavender oat milk, your blue, baby blue inside, and then purple outside. See, since I have one of those, see, you can totally do solars then. You don't have to go outside. You just play with it with your little light. All right. I know it didn't stay that great for a label shot. I apologize. Hopefully you got your screenshot. If not, you can totally go back to the replay and screenshot anything that you want to. You can do it here or on YouTube. All right, what is next? What are we doing next? Next is our strawberry milk tea. Yes, strawberry milk tea. This is one of our glow in the darks. This is a pastel neon pink with green to blue to indigo shifting shimmer. Micro flakies. Wait, no, I'm totally just mixing things. Indigo shifting shimmer and blue glow in the dark. Sorry, y'all. Totally started reading the line above it. This is super pretty. I actually have a tutu that is this color from when I was Glinda for our Witches Night Out event. I did like a new age version of Glinda, so I had like sparkly high top Converse and a denim jacket that I like rhinestoned a rainbow on, and I just kind of did like a short tutu with it. So, but it actually has the same kind of like iridescent sparkle to it. This is very pretty. I did mention this, I think would be good for a Wicked mani if you are going to see part 2. Hopefully everyone's as excited as I am. I'm so excited. I loved the book. We went to, we have a theater here called The Fox, and we went and saw it. I think it was the year before or right after COVID. I think it was the year before COVID. I think we saw it in December. Fabulous show. So I'm so excited for the movie. It was amazing. I cannot wait for part 2. This is gorgeous. So shifty. This is a glow in the dark. We will show the glow at the end. Also, we have to remember to do our thermal at the end. Our thermals. We have 2 thermals. I have to remember to dip the thermals at the end too. So again, keep yelling at me, y'all, so I don't forget stuff. Stacey, that's such an adorable pink, isn't it? It's so pretty. It's very sweet. And then to have it glow, I think that's just a cool little extra. It's kind of like you have your trick and your treat. So it's a treat during the day and then a trick at night. Very cool. So strawberry milk tea. Again, this is very much not a Halloween set, y'all, but I'm in the Halloween vibes. Like, it's almost October. Everything's Halloween now. So 2 coats of strawberry milk tea. Next, we're going to go into one of those thermals I was just talking about. Got our little swatch stick here. We are going into our dragon fruit boba. This one is a bright pink to orange thermal with scattered black, green, and pink hex glitters in various sizes. Let's do our second coat here. Yes. Again, I'm totally digging the opacity in 2 coats. We are on a clear swatch stick. That has an effect. This is also a... are you the neon? Strawberry milk tea is also labeled as a neon, so I'm excited to see it glow because I was thinking this one was a neon, but it is not. The ube is our other one. But this is really pretty. And I bet you that this will glow under a black light. Those glitters, I think, will glow too, especially the green ones. So while we're doing the UV light for our glows and our solars and such at the end, we might as well stick this one under it too. Very cool. Again, this is a thermal. We will do its dip at the end so I don't get water on everything else. I will give you a label shot in 2 coats in the cold form if you want, and then I will also give you a label shot in its transition when we do that. So here is 2 coats of dragon fruit boba cold thermal. And next is our ube smoothie. which is a pink toned lavender neon jelly with pink to orange to purple shifting flakes. Now this is a jelly, so y'all know jellies, we got to build them to be opaque. But I think as a jelly, again, I mentioned putting it over top of the strawberry milk tea, and I still think it'd be really pretty, especially as a jelly. You could use it as a topper. Ooh, I bet this would be gorgeous over black too. It would make those flakes so intense. Again, I see hollow micro flakes in here. It's not in the description, but I definitely see them, so we will show it with flash. There's 2 coats. I'm not mad at the opacity level in 2 coats. I think if you wanted it fully opaque, you would need 3. But as a jelly, I'm not mad at the 2 coats. Look at those beautiful flakies shift. She's beautiful. All right, grabbing the flash so we can show off what I believe are hollow micro flakes. You can't tell me they're not there. Everyone else sees the rainbow twinkles, right? I mean, sometimes things get missed. There are a lot of polishes here. I think it was a VV live the other day that I'm like, is that hollow? And Tammy was like, yep, there's hollow. I forgot the hollow. So definitely things can get missed in descriptions. I see hollow there. It is sparkly. It is pretty. This is one of my jams too. It definitely falls in the category of does things. You have the shift. You have the hollow. You got that squishy vibe from the jelly. Yeah, I feel like, again, wanted to put, ooh, look at that over black. Look at that. We saw it over black. It's gorgeous. Those flakies are just so much more intense over the deeper color too. But I feel like opacity level is okay for a jelly. Y'all, Kevin is cooking and I just got a whiff of it and I did not realize how hungry I was. Stacey says, I see hollow. Okay, I'm not entirely crazy. I mean, I know I'm a little bit crazy, but I'm not crazy in this instance. Hi, I Heart Polish. Welcome in. We are showing off some LynB Designs polishes coming out October 10th. We are on to our last polish here. We still have some things, so please don't run away. Y'all, I'm not going to forget. We got thermals, we got solars, and we got glow-in-the-darks I still got to show. So I'm not going to forget. Don't run away yet. But this is the last polish that we need to do our second coat on, which is our Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade. This is a solar thermal. This is a blue to clear thermal indoors and a purple to pink solar in the sun with pink to green shifting flakies. So here is our 1 coat on our individual swatch stick because it's a thermal, and we're going to do dippy dippies at the end. Here is our second coat of this. I really do like this color. It's very much like periwinkle-esque. Has anyone ever used a chalk line? Have you seen the blue chalk lines? That's what I'm getting here. I don't know why, but it makes you think of just that pretty blue glowy of a chalk line. Again, I'm crazy. We all know this. So, but here it is in 2 coats. Again, I'm feeling the 2 coat vibe. I think it's okay. You can see those beautiful flakies shift in it. And then this one is a solar as well as a thermal. So let's do, I really hate doing the flash. Oh, you know what? We have decided that I can use this for it. And this doesn't flash on camera. So let me get it maybe turned on. Hello. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm going to use this little keychain for the solar aspect here because it doesn't flash on camera like the other one does. There we go. All right, so you can see the blue and then the purple. And I definitely think the purple is opaque in 2. So I am confident in 2 coats of this one. I love those flakes against that deep purple. Very pretty. All right, let's do our thermal dips before, oh, let me also give you guys a label shot. I'm gonna do that tip with the solar light again really quick, and then I'll give you guys a solar cold shot, and then we'll do a solar hot thermal shot. That, y'all, the thermal solar thing it makes things very difficult. Okay, here is your 2 coats of Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade in its cold state. It's blue at the edge for inside, purple at this free edge for the outside state. That's so confusing. All right, there's that for a screenshot. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the thermals first since the lights will be on, and then we will do our glow in the darks and turn off all the lights. All right. Ooh, okay. Fun fact, this little guy, magnetic. The keychain, yes, but also this part just went straight to my magnet. So keep that in mind. If you have one of those or you get one of those and you start playing with it, I need to make just a tiny bit of space here so I can get some water. I also do need to, I'm going to lift y'all up a little bit higher and zoom you out so you can see both of our bowls-ish. All right, so we're going to have a cold on this side and a hot on this side. I always want to say left and right, but I don't, with it being mirrored and all that stuff, you know how it goes. All right, we're going to do cold first. Let me get our water in there. I'm going to do that off to the side because I will spill it all over the desk. All right, cold. I just have 2 hydro flasks filled with water. I assume, even though it's been 2 hours, that our hot is probably still pretty hot because it was scorching when I put it in here. Oh yeah, I can feel steam coming out of the container, so we should definitely be warm enough for a thermal dip. Let me put just a little bit more in there. All right, here is our water for our thermals. Close those so I don't dump them everywhere. Okay, so we have 2 thermals. We have our dragon fruit boba. Let me get that so you can actually see it. So this one should go orange. So I'm going to dip it in the cold, even though it's in the cold state. I want to make sure it's nice and cold and set. All right, here's your cold state. And then into the hot water. Yes. Okay, this is so cool. You guys can't see it yet, but yes. I love that. I'm still okay with 2 coats opacity. I love that. That's so fun. I'm a huge fan of contrasting thermals. Like when it's a big difference, like light purple to dark purple is cool, but like I love when it's like purple and green. So they're just big contrast. All right, I'm going to dip it in the cold again. Here it is in its cold state. And then we're going to dip it over here into the hot. Yes. All right, let me get you a label shot of that one. Here is your 2 coats of dragon fruit boba. You've got the cold at the left tip, and then you've got the hot on the right, which is starting to cool off because there is water sitting on it, and those water drips are cooling off. All right, I'll give you one more shot there. Maybe. Hello, focus. There we go. Heather says, yes, it's very cool. I love that. And then we have one more thermal, which is the Butterfly Pea Flower Lemonade, which was the thermal solar. So again, we're going to dip it fully in the cold, make sure she's nice and set and cold. And then into the hot, which honestly, y'all, I forgot what this was supposed to do. So we go to a clear when hot, very pretty. Yes, very pretty. Now, actually, I mean, is that right? Yeah, you don't often get the opposites like that. That's very pretty. Okay, I'm going to do it cold again, and then we're going to do it hot, and then we're going to get that solar light on it so we can see the solar colors too, because I believe we are blue cold, clear warm. And then with our solar, we're going to go purple and pink, I'm pretty sure is what it's supposed to be. So I'm going to do one more dip just to make sure it's nice and good and warm on that tip. And then we're going to put the solar light on it and watch it do its thing. Can I only get half of it? It'd be cool if I could only get half. I probably can't, but we're going to try. All right. Here we are. So yeah, we are definitely, I feel like we're a magenta instead of pink. I feel like we're a deep purple to like a magenta, which I did somehow kind of get it split in half. So I will try and do that again for your whatchamacallit, your label shot. All right, let's do this all again. We're going to restart. All right. Cold, blue, warm, which that solar is still stuck on there, y'all. It's hard to see, but when I dipped it, you could see that it's still a little bit solar on that side. All right, we're going to get warm again. I'm going to try and do just one side with the solar light here, and then see if I can get you a label shot with both things. All right, and a label. There's a label. We need that. All right, here is your label shot. See? I don't feel like it's stuck so well. All right, I tried my best to get you a 4-way shot here. Butterfly pea flower lemonade, solar thermal in 2 shots. Stacy says it's like 4 polishes in 1. Yes, it is, which is why I was trying to show you a 4 shot, but I don't know if I quite got it there. Heather, just take all my money already. Heather, make sure you use that code DRINKS. Use the code DRINKS for release weekend, the 10th through the 14th, and you get half off of your purchase. Again, I don't believe that that's going to work on the fall magnetic quad because it is a charity collection. I know there are a few other things on the website it won't work on, but it will work on the Silly Little Drinks collection. It will work on the whole collection. That again is code DRINKS for that. Okay, so those were our thermals. Now we need to do our glow in the darks. Let me get these waters. I'm going to put them way up here. So maybe I won't spill them. I probably will, but we're going to try not to. And now I have to turn off all of the lights in here, which is something. We have 2 glow in the darks, and then technically I just realized let me scoot you down a little bit so you can see a little bit better. Our strawberry milk tea, this is a neon, so this should also just glow in general with the black light. And then our dragon fruit boba, is that what we're called? Yes, this one is also a neon, I believe. There's so many things on here, y'all. Bright pink or no. Oh, the glitters in here. I figured the glitters in here will glow. And then the ube smoothie, that one is also neon. So these should just glow with black light, including the glitters here. And then we have our 2 glow in the darks, which this one should glow orange. This one should glow blue. So let's turn off some lights. I need to do my overhead. Let me find the button for that. Okay. I love having remote control for that now. Y'all, there's so many lights in here. I'm not used to having the ring light. That's a new addition, so I got to turn that off. All right, she's off. I'm going to do my robot, so I apologize if any of y'all's robots go off. Alexa, turn off office lights. Okay. All right, last but not least, we are going to turn off the arch light. I do already have my UV light turned on, so it's not complete darkness. And we can do some charging here. First thing I want to show you, I just realized my flashlight from my phone is still on. Let's turn that off too. All right, so here is, if I can get it to show on camera. Yes, okay, here is our dragon fruit boba. I knew that those glitters were going to glow. You can see the green glitters so much better on here, and then those pink ones. Very cool. Definitely, again, a very cool vibe for Halloween. If we're going to like haunted houses or Halloween parties where there's going to be black lights, this will be really fun. And then this one here is the strawberry milk tea. Again, we're just under black light right now, so you can see it glowing because it is a neon. And then the ube smoothie, that one also glows because it's a neon. You can see the glow of the Thai tea, the glow in the darks glowing under the black light. So I'm going to give this just another charge for a second. And then here they are glowing, which y'all, Instagram's in-person or in-app camera usually sucks for glow in the dark, but look at those. So the top one here is your Thai tea, which is an orange glow. It is definitely coming off more yellow, but it is yellowish in real life too. Oftentimes I feel like the camera doesn't pull the color properly, but that is the color I am seeing. And then your strawberry milk tea, it's supposed to be a blue glow, and in person it's maybe a little bit more blue, but I see pink. They are starting to fade a little bit, but they're also more intense in person. Like, I feel like the camera's not pulling up the intensity still. They've started to fade on camera, but in person they're still quite intense. So, and then of course you can always just recharge them really quick. Boom. Now, when I do, you know what, I'm probably going to turn the lights back on to finish talking here, but they are very, very cool. But I feel like kind of a creep just sitting here in my dark office with the windows open, I might add, talking to y'all. So let's turn on a couple lights. So here goes the arch light first. Just FYI, if everybody is ready. Woo! Okay, she's bright. I'm going to turn on the overhead. I'm going to flip y'all over. Okay, I don't think I'm going to turn on all of my lights because, well, Alexa, turn on office lights. I'm actually not done in here because I got to label all this stuff now. So, okay, that was our glow in the darks, which are super fun. Now, I know that there are people out there, I feel like I feel like I'm a little blind right now. I know that there are, ooh, and because the arch light's on. This is a bad angle. Anyways, there are people out there who are not happy with the fact that you have to charge a glow in the dark. Everything out there in the world has to have some form of charging to glow in the dark as a glow in the dark. Whether you have to use your phone flash or put it up to a light bulb. Like when I was a kid, I remember holding my nails up to a light bulb because we had like a cool glow in the dark polish. And I would just stand there in the bathroom like this until it was charged, right? So I know a lot of people are not happy with swatchers using UV lights to charge. That is just the best way to get the best photos. Glow in the dark polishes are not easy to photograph. We need the intense glow for the camera to be able to grab it. I personally do all of my shots. I do arch shots. Y'all know I take office lighting behind me in this crap light, in the worst kitchen lighting, and then I take outdoor lighting. And if I can get a polish to naturally glow from the sunshine, which I'm only outside for 30, 40 seconds, I take a video between my back door and the darkest room in the house, which is my bathroom, and I will post that on my page. I have a highlight at the top of my page called Wild Swatches. I wanted swatches in the wild. It wouldn't fit, so it's Wild Swatches. I will post videos on there. I will post it to my story. I will reshare it when they release, if I remember, of it naturally glowing from the sunshine. It's just a thing. All glow in the dark polishes have to be charged in some form of light. Obviously, you get your box. Your polish can, you pull it out of the box, it's in an envelope, it's been traveling in a truck for 4 days. It's not going to glow instantly. That's not a thing. They need some light to do their thing. But when I do get them their natural glow state, I do like to take videos, and I will say what the brand is, I say what the polish is, and it stays up there. So if you want to find some cool glow in the dark polishes from brands that naturally do that, check out that highlight on my page. And if these do that, which LynB's usually do, they will end up in that highlight as well. So there's my disclaimer. There's my I gotta say this, my 2 cents for the night. There are some beautiful, beautiful polishes here, y'all. I hope that you enjoyed seeing them. I appreciate you hanging out with me for over 2 hours. Anyone who's been here the whole time, Stacy, Heather, Laura, I'm sure I'm missing people because Instagram won't show me everyone who's watching. I appreciate y'all hanging out the whole live. I know that these are super long. If you watch the replays, thank you for hanging out and watching the replays. Leave me a comment, whether it's on Instagram or on YouTube, so we can chat back and forth. I love to chat in the comments with y'all. Lots of beautiful stuff. So just to reiterate what's coming out, everything tonight is October 10th, 12 p.m. Eastern. Jen's still here. Yes, Jen, thank you. Thanks for hanging out the whole time. Actually, Jen, you've made it the whole time. You usually get a little busy. So super, super thank you for hanging out. I'm glad that you got to. Yes, everything here, October 10th, 12 p.m. Eastern. If you join the LynB Loves Facebook group, she does open the site early and posts in there, so you'll know when it's open early. 4 magnetics. The Fall Magnetics collection is 4 magnetics, $13 each, or $52 for the full set. $2 $50 from each individual, or $10 from each set will be donated to pollinator.org. Definitely go check out that website. We've gone over it before in a live, what that donates to. And then Silly Little Drinks collection is a 9-piece collection. We had thermals, we had solars, we had solar thermals, we had magnetics, we have glow in the darks, we've got flakies, we've got hollows. It has a little bit of something for everyone in that collection. Those are $13 each, $117 for the full collection. If you use code DRINKS, you'll get half off the release weekend. So October 10th through the 14th, you can use that code. Don't forget to grab the Be Seen Solar Top Coat. This is $7. It is a solar friendly top coat. Some top coats, especially quick dries, this is not a quick dry, keep that in mind. Excuse me, y'all. But a lot of top coats will block the solar effect, so it either will not shift outside or it will not shift as strong as it should. So LynB is releasing the Be Seen Solar Friendly Top Coat. It is $7. Again, use that code DRINKS, get it for half off while you are shopping. I believe it'll be applicable to that code, but make sure you grab that too while you're on there. I think that is everything. Laura says, thanks for helping me spend Kyle's money. Anytime. Free to call me the Dirty Enabler. I'm owning that nickname, and yes, we're sticking with it. Heather says, love you, sweetie. Thanks so much for watching, Heather. Stacy, thanks for sharing your time. Of course, I love showing off these things. I am so excited to start swatching these tomorrow. It is going to be a super busy day. I did 7 swatches yesterday. I did 7 swatches today. I will probably do 7 or 8 tomorrow. I think we may have another live tomorrow. It might be Tuesday. I have to do some math on dates and things, but we might have another live tomorrow. So if we do, join, hang out. Let's do this again. Heather, I appreciate you working so hard to show us everything. I love doing this. This is so much fun. I do swatching, and yes, it takes time to do these. It takes time to do swatching. There are some times when I'm like, maybe I'll only do the lives, but right now I'm just having fun doing it. I so love that all these things get sent to me. I love that Jenna Lynn sends me all of this stuff, that I get to share it with y'all. I get to hang out and talk about nail polish. I just spent 2.5 hours just talking about nail polish to someone who gets it. Y'all, don't get me wrong. I talk about nail polish all day long. Kevin listens to me talk about nail polish all day. And he is amazing. And he listens to me and he nods his head, but he don't get it. He don't get it like y'all get it. So this gives me someone to talk to about nail polish who understands it and doesn't judge. We listen and we don't judge here, right? So like the fact that I have over 3,000 nail polishes, y'all are not shocked. You are not surprised. Where if I say that to some random stranger, they're going to think I'm absurd, which I am, but for other reasons. So I love this. I appreciate all of y'all for coming and hanging out with me, whether you watch it live and you hang out in the chats, or you get to watch the replays and you leave me a comment or you don't leave me a comment. Just the fact that you love nail polish and you're willing to hang out with me for a little bit, I appreciate all of y'all. So with all that being said, I can smell dinner and my stomach is super growling now. So Stacy says we get it. See, I know your collection's big too, Stacy. So yeah, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. I'm gonna come back in here and label this stuff. I'm gonna get this posted on YouTube. It is a long live, so it might take me a little bit. I'm also having this weird thing where like I can't do it on my iPad, but I can do it on my phone, but then I have to change the cover photo. It's a whole thing. There's a whole dance. So it could be a good hour or so before it's up on YouTube. But it will be up on there as well. So thank you all for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.